Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, we'll talk to an entrepreneur who launched his solar company just 2.5 years ago, and let's just say the sun is rising on his career. That's just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, all of us are always reinventing ourselves, aren't we? I'm next to a gentleman who is an entrepreneur who had a very successful commercial real estate career, decided to make a pivot, and it's worked out very well for him. Travis Wildeman, he's the CEO and founder of the solar company. Thanks for coming on the show.
Great to be here.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so I want you to share your journey, and don't be modest. I mean, some of this is luck and some of this is skill, but you started this 2.5 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, started researching it probably about 3.5, 4 years ago, and then really dove all in about 2.5 years ago.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
And tell us about the first big job.
Oh my gosh. Well, fortunate enough, one of our first big job was just happened to be the largest multifamily solar installation project in the nation.
No kidding.
I mean, it was. We kept having to, give ourselves reality checks on a daily basis, but at the end of the day when we landed, it was very exciting, and it was very nerve-wracking.
And was it 16 apartment complexes?
Yep, 16 apartment complexes, 24 jobs in total, 16 rooftop solar jobs, 8 solar carport jobs.
Now, I can only imagine, because everybody prays to hit the lottery and get that big job, but as soon as you said yes, did you kind of panic?
Oh man, I mean, yeah, I mean, who wouldn't? Because the one thing is that I'm somewhat of a perfectionist. In construction, there isn't perfection, but you want to do the best job possible. And the easiest part of that job was landing that job. The hardest part is actually delivering the job. So it was a very bittersweet moment, very exciting. But we had a lot of work to do, and we're getting there.
Outstanding. We've got some video, some drone footage that you shot on some of your projects. This has now grown into a large solar company, hasn't it?
Yeah. We're actually, from what we've been told, we are the top 5 in the nation for mid-market solar companies. We have one of the largest, if not the largest, commercial installation team in the state of Texas.
Now, what do you attribute that success to?
Oh gosh, well, I mean, first of all, I have an amazing partner. My partner, Chet Dyson, that started the company with me, he is an operations specialist, and he has grown a team and has grown a culture that people from all over the nation have wanted to be a part of, and they moved to Texas to be a part of it.
Okay, any growing pains at all? Because when a company grows as fast as you do, any issues with turnover or?
Oh gosh. There's obviously been a lot of growing pains. We have a lot of hardworking people on our staff, and the holding everyone accountable to their work ethic has probably been the biggest growing pain, which is a good and a bad thing, because we want to grow the team, but we want to grow it with the right people. So that's been a growing pain, big one. And just communication, logistics. Working out the bugs.
Sure.
Because when you do a job of this size, you got to be ready to hit the ground running day one. On day 90, you're looking at each other going, all right, maybe we need to retweak this or retweak that. So At the end of the day, things are working themselves out very good, and we're just, we have a saying at our company: we don't have problems, we just have work to do.
I love it. Okay,
Yeah.
this summer has probably been wonderful for you because everybody's getting these electric bills,
Oh,
and
man.
sometimes they're like double what they were paying last summer, right?
Yeah. Man, it's really crazy what's going on right now in Texas. People think that they're safeguarded because they have a low rate, or their credit's so good and their contract's expiring, so they're going to have an even better rate when it comes up. Unfortunately, that's not the case. We since last fall, the commercial and residential rates have risen by 70%. Some of them have doubled. And it's not going away, and it's a shame what's going on. But at the same time, what we're selling kind of protects against it, which is a good thing. And with this heat that we have going on right now, I think a lot of people are starting to see the bills, panic a little bit, want to save a little bit of money, and obviously solar is possibly the best way to solve it.
Yeah. So are there still tax credits and advantages to going solar?
It's actually only getting better. This Friday, the current administration is obviously very in favor of green energy. They have increased the federal tax credit from 26 to 30%, which is substantial. It's great. So everybody is really pushing to get solar on the roofs, even the government. Obviously, there's some depreciation bonuses that can be included, and depending on what kind of county or area that you're in, there's other incentives. So it's, the government, state, counties are literally kind of helping you and paying you to go solar.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now, you're only as good as your team. We've got some pictures of your team out there working in the Texas sun. First, I mean, it's brutal to be working on a rooftop, right? The dedication that your employees must have, I mean, that's over the top.
They work so hard. I mean, I am not on these roofs, and I am so thankful that we have a really good team. The only thing we can do is, keep them hydrated.
Yeah.
Give them a bunch of electrolytes, give them some breaks here and there, make sure they're safe. But man, they are really working hard, and it is not an easy environment to work in.
Well, I can tell you're an empire builder. I am too. Where do you see all this going in the next few years?
Oh man, I really think the next couple of years, I mean, sky's the limit. We're really building ourselves. We're branding ourselves. We want to be the go-to mid-market solar company from a commercial aspect. And I see us getting there, growing our team, and really just providing a culture for our team, to keep growing. I mean, I know it sounds cliche to just say, let's keep growing, let's get better. But we are at we're at a front right now where this is a new thing. And everybody's starting to adapt and realize that this is the future, and us being in one of the biggest oil and gas states, I think people are starting to kind of go, you know what, this is the way that things are going to be done. So we want to be on the tip of everyone's tongue when it comes to solar power.
I love it. What's the average payback time in this kind of investment?
So for a lot of our commercial buildings, right now we're seeing from 4.5 years to 7 years. Mm-hmm. It all depends. And it's just, it depends on what kind of building it is. I wish they all could be a lot lower. And here's the thing, it's going to get better and better. Yeah. Every month, our paybacks are getting lower, and that's a great thing.
Awesome. Okay, we're almost out of time. Any final thoughts? What would you like to leave people with?
Oh man, I don't have anything else to say. I'm just, I'm thankful for being here. I mean, it's just exciting to be here and see these things happening around us, and everybody wanting to know about solar power.
Awesome. Travis, thanks for coming on the show, and congrats on your success. We're going to end with your website, which is thesolarcompany.com. Mm-hmm. Travis, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
You bet.
Appreciate it.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.